Welcome you all for computer aided detailing of structures laboratory. In this session, I will be discussing about drawing and detailing of singly reinforced beam. In case of singly reinforced beam, main reinforcement will be provided at the bottom face and at the top we will be providing with hanger bars in order to keep the main reinforcement and vertical stirrups in position. Here is the problem statement. Draw the longitudinal section and cross section of a rectangular RCC beam 300 mm wide and 500 mm deep. Beam is simply supported with a bearing of 300 mm and having a clear span of 4.8 meters. Main reinforcement consists of 5 numbers of 20 mm dia bars provided in 2 layers and 2 numbers of 12 mm dia bars as hanger bars. Beam consists of two-legged 8 mm dia vertical stirrups spaced at 180 mm center to center near the face of the support up to a length of 1.2 meters and 220 mm center to center for the remaining portion. Now I have to draw two things. One is longitudinal section and another one is cross section. In case of longitudinal section, if I view the beam from the front, I can able to draw the length as well as the depth of the beam. Suppose if I cut the beam, if I view it from the side, I can able to draw the width as well as the depth of the beam. Now let me take up the longitudinal section. First, I have to draw the length of the beam as well as the depth of the beam. As per the problem statement, depth of the beam is of 500 millimeter. I have mentioned that the beam is supported at either ends with a bearing of about 300 millimeter center to center. For that purpose, I have to draw the beam for a length which includes a clear span of 4.8 meters and the bearing width that is 300 millimeters on either sides. I have mentioned that main reinforcement consists of 5 numbers of 20 mm dia bars. That's why I have placed the reinforcement with a nominal cover of about 20 to 30 millimeter from the bottom face. And in one layer, I have placed 3 numbers of 20 mm dia bars. And in another layer, I have placed 2 numbers of 20 mm dia bars as a main reinforcement. The main reinforcement should be provided at the bottom in order to counteract the bending. And at the top face, I have placed the hanger bars, which are of 12 mm dia bars of 2 numbers in order to keep the main reinforcement as well as vertical stirrups in position. As per the problem statement, it is mentioned that vertical stirrups, which are of two-legged 8 mm dia, should be spaced at 180 mm center to center near the face of the support up to a length of 1.2 meters on either sides. I have mentioned the same. And for the remaining portion, I have mentioned with a spacing of about 220 mm center to center. This is with respect to the longitudinal section. In order to draw the cross section, I have to cut the beam and I have to view it from the side. I am supposed to draw two cross sections here because of different vertical strip spacing. One near the support and one in the middle portion. Let me take a cross section near the face of the support and I have named it as AA. Suppose if I cut the beam and if I view it from the side, I can able to draw the width as well as depth of the beam. Main reinforcement, which are of 5 numbers of bars provided in 2 layers, 3 in one row and 2 in another row at the bottom face of the beam in order to counteract the bending, and 2 numbers of anchor bars or hanger bars, which are of 12 mm dia, to be provided at the top face of the beam in order to keep the main reinforcement as well as the vertical stirrups in position. And vertical stirrups near the face of the support which are of 2-leg 8 mm dia at 180 mm center to center. I have mentioned the same. This is with respect to the cross section AA. To draw another cross section at the middle portion, I have taken the cross section BB. If I cut the beam and if I view it from the side, I can able to draw the width as well as the overall depth of the beam. Other things remain the same. Only one changes with respect to the vertical spacing, which is of 220 mm center to center in the middle portion. This is with respect to the drawing and detailing of singly reinforced beam.